Hey, how's it going? It's how's it going? It's December 14th today. It's Saturday. Today is my full-time job. The company's Christmas party tonight. We're gonna have it at a casino down the road, there by everyone's home. So the overarching premise of this past week has been me getting over common cold symptoms and analyzing how that has affected me and my output, and really assessing that experience. So on Monday night, I went to bed, woke up in the morning and had a sore throat, a little bit of a sore throat. It got worse progressively and moved to my sinuses throughout the week. And now it's a mixture of sinuses and a little bit of chest congestion and possibly some coughing occasionally, and just overall kind of tiredness and discomfort. And it really hasn't affected much. I've noticed that it did affect, I did sacrifice my morning cardiovascular workouts in hopes that the extra rest and extra or less expenditure of energy on that activity would contribute to a faster recovery. I think it's working, getting over it pretty quick. I feel like this is the latter stages of the virus or bacteria. But one thing I wanted to discuss was some commonalities of the external environment when I do get sick. So it tends not to have a huge deal to do with what I consume and things like that. It's normally or the factor that I can assess most easily is the external factors that play in, because I've only been sick maybe 3 to 4 times in the past 6 years, and I know for a fact the ones that I can remember, when I first moved into a dorm room out of living at home for college. I know I got pretty sick there with kind of flu-like, cold-like symptoms, and for a week or two. And then I also know when I moved from one home to another during college, I got sick again. And then another time was when I moved from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to Georgia. I got a little bit of cold symptoms there for a week or so, and that was a big move. I moved out on my own and away from roommates and family and everything, and that was the first time living on my own. So that made sense. And then I guess now what I would attribute it to is because I didn't get sick when I first moved to Pittsburgh, which I was kind of expecting, or I kind of was mentally prepared for. So I would attribute it to, since winter just begun or began. I guess the temperature is fluctuating still, but it tends to be in the 30s around here. We've definitely gotten some snow in the past couple weeks, but I would attribute it to that. The air becoming more less humid, drier air, colder temperature, less sunlight, things like that. Because my consumption and my output has remained relatively similar to how it's been for the past couple. It's been exactly the same for months, but it's been very close to the same for a couple of years now. So I can't really say that it's attributable to that. But anyway, it hasn't set me back much. It's just been a discomfort and something interesting to analyze. So as far as working out goes, I wasn't able to stay away from the gym. I went last night, as you'll see in the videos coming up here. I had to go yesterday when I got back from work, and enjoyed it. It was a good time. And however, I think that it had negative effects on my health because I didn't sleep well, and it seemed like I had more congestion last night, and kind of tossed and turned in bed, which is very abnormal. I normally sleep very well, considering the environment that I create and cultivate a good sleep environment here before bed and during bed. So not very good sleep last night. I was considering going to the gym again today. I studied this morning. And that's what I was currently doing here. And I decided not to go to the gym today because I do have the Christmas party that I have to go to this evening, and I'm excited about that too. It'll definitely be tiring and time and energy consuming. but you know, for good cause there for the office and everything. And so I didn't work out today. Oh yeah, on the topic of working out, I'm currently doing a routine that I start normally a few months before I go on my annual ski trip. I go skiing, and I've been experimenting for the past couple of years with different workout routines that can increase my my abilities on the ski slopes. And so that's why I can't stay away from the gym right now, is because I have these new workouts, and I think I showed one in the last video, but these new workouts that I'm doing that kind of train the leg endurance and all the different balance muscles and stability and things like that. So I'm excited about that. And let's see. So as far as studying goes for the GMAT, I just finished one of the kind of recap sections in this particular book that I'm looking at now, and I'm about to get back to the application and question and answer stuff, which I'm more interested in and less interested in kind of reading the recaps of stuff. So excited about getting back into that. That pretty much concludes it. Tomorrow I want to. So we are cooking different dishes for a holiday party at our office this coming week on Thursday, and I also wanted to bring a pie home. Whenever I go home back to Louisiana for the Christmas break, I wanted to bring a pie home, so I wanted to experiment with some pies here at the apartment tomorrow. So that'll take 2 or 3 hours. I'll experiment with different pie making techniques and go ahead and study, and then depending on how I feel, maybe go to the gym. I assume that's probably going to be out of the question due to a late night tonight and possibly some beer drinking and just an unhealthy night. So I doubt I'll go to the gym tomorrow, but that's the current outlook. And yeah, so I want to end with a quote that I was just looking at quotes a minute ago here to kind of prepare for this, and I found a good one from Gary Vaynerchuk, I guess is how you pronounce it. I call him Gary V, but anyway, an influencer, kind of motivational talker guy, and I found this quote that I like from him is, so it's, life shrinks and expands on the proportion of your willingness to take risks and try new things. I love it. I love that because it's just, it's basically saying that, you know, trying new things and taking risks are what kind of create the life that you live in. So I like that and I embrace that. So that concludes it for today, and I'll show you some videos from the past couple days. So good morning. It's December 11th today. Let's see. It's a Wednesday. I just pulled into work, and I wanted to say that yesterday was Tuesday. I had a good day. Something I didn't mention because it only came on late Monday night. I started getting a sore throat, and this rarely happens. So I started getting a sore throat Monday night. Tuesday, I didn't sleep much Monday night. It came on really quick. So I drank a ton of water yesterday. Went to bed really early last night after I did some Spanish studying. So I'm trying to get over it as fast as possible. It's not too much of a hindrance. However, I didn't work out Monday or Tuesday morning, so aside from those setbacks, it really hasn't pushed anything else back. But it's an inconvenience more than anything, and so I'll keep you updated on my health, which is not good right now. I guess I have a little bit of a sore throat, so hopefully it'll be gone soon. So after about, I guess 5 or 6 years of consistently working out, I guess I've gotten sick probably, and just the common the common cold maybe 3 times, and I still haven't learned whether or not it's a good thing for the outcome. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't, as far as getting rid of the illness. But I figured I'd work out tonight. I couldn't not work out. It's Friday night, December 13th, and I'm still kind of sick. I still have a little bit of a cough, getting over the little common cold, but I don't know. We'll see how I feel, I guess, tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll go to bed early tonight. I'll have my normal salad, and I'll probably sleep in a little bit to make sure I get a little more rest. I'll trim the beard up before the Christmas party, company Christmas party tomorrow night. Saturday night, and yeah, so that's what's going on. I'll see if this workout affects the illness, the common cold. Like I said in the past, it's helped and it's also hurt in different scenarios. I haven't gotten sick many times in the past 6 years, so we'll see how this one goes, just experimentally. Hey, so just checking in. It's Friday the 13th, December 13th. Just got back from a workout. I couldn't resist working out. I've been trying to resist this week, not expending too much energy, and getting a lot of sleep and water and things like that to get over this little common cold, which has moved from my throat originally to my sinuses, and now it's a little bit of a cough, and it's moving away from my sinuses. So it only took a few days, and I decided to go work out. I couldn't stay away from the gym. I enjoy it too much, and start feeling a little weird if I don't go. So I had to go tonight, and I got back, and I'm watching a podcast, having my salad, and I wanted to say that I started watching a podcast called Impulsive, and it's a guy named Logan Paul, who has been a young, famous YouTube Vine, if anybody remembers Vine, star. He's off the hinge, kind of. I say off the hinge. I don't know if that's probably not the right terminology. He's sporadic and relatively unplanned, but he has a good brand that he's building for himself, and I really enjoy watching his podcast. I'm used to Weinstein's podcast, or Eric Weinstein's, or Joe Rogan's podcast. I watch a lot of them, Tim Ferriss, things like that, but I've recently been into this podcast. There's a lot more cussing, and like I said, it's a lot more sporadic, and they talk about things in more of a light of a younger person. So I enjoy that, and I kind of it adds more entertainment value, in my opinion, and some different insights to things. And I like these guys' brands and what they're doing, so that's what I've been watching lately, and I really enjoy it. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm going to go to bed early again tonight, this Friday, because like I said in the video prior to this one that I'll post, coming up the stairs, coming up the elevator, we have our company Christmas party tomorrow night, Saturday night, the 14th of December. And so I want to get a lot of rest tonight. I'm going to have to go socialize and stay up late that night. So, yeah, so I'm going to try to sleep for at least 9 or 10 hours tonight, and make sure we get a lot of water and things like that. And then do a little bit of studying tomorrow morning, and studying, I said, tomorrow morning. And, yep, that's where we're at right now. So, having a good Friday so far. So, good morning. It's December 14th, Saturday, and just wanted to check in. I just woke up here and give feedback on how the workout was, regardless of having the common cold like I do right now, getting over that. And I think this time it was detrimental. I don't know what factors played into it, but I certainly didn't sleep well last night. I was up. I feel like I was up all night, pretty much just tossing and turning and trying to breathe. My throat was getting all my sinuses were getting stuffed up, and throat was getting sore. It was hard to swallow, and so I ended up sleeping in a little bit this morning, and yeah. So I don't know. And again, I don't know if it was attributed to the to working out, regardless of not feeling good, but. Definitely didn't sleep well, and this is after a normal nutrition regimen last night, and going to bed at a normal time and everything. So we'll see how everything goes today. We have I'll study for a little while this morning, and then I'm thinking about going to the gym again, to be honest, which is probably a bad move, but I'll see how that goes. And then we have the office Christmas party this evening. That I'll go to, and so that's what's going on today on Saturday, December 14th. Hey, it's December 14th. Just do a little video studying video. It's boring. There's no content to it, and I've thought about how to capture this in video form, and I think what I'm going to move towards is maybe a time lapse video of studying. I don't know, I guess to show how much time I spend doing it, but a time lapse I think is probably the best way to do it, because nobody cares about sitting here watching me read and take notes and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. One thing that's important to do is, when you're studying anything or doing research on anything, always know what you know and know what you don't know. I mean, that's common, common advice, but just there's no reason to mull on something or spend time on something that you already know, and you don't want to pass over things that you don't know as well. So you want to spend a little more time on those things. So as far as geometry, I've always done well in geometry. Well, I say always, it was 10, 15 years ago that I did geometry last, but it's something that I can visualize in my head well, so it's not difficult for me. So a lot of this stuff that I'm looking at right now, I'm just kind of scrolling through it and getting to the next section. So.